What's up, everybody? Okay, I hope y'all can bear with me because we're doing a twofer today. Um, the artist that I've got coming on, was going to be here, but because of Nashville traffic and looks like we got a rainstorm rolling in, so we just decided to go ahead and do a virtual and knock it out and run it live so everybody can see it and hopefully have fun with this. So without further ado, we are going to bring up this wonderful lady with a Kentucky background, and she's now in Nashville now. So she's getting all of her stuff together and she's kicking it off. And uh, y'all got to listen to some of the music and songs that this woman is cutting and putting out because it's damn good. And it's got a Kentucky home feeling to it, you know. It's I actually found it amazing. So everybody give it up for Riley Lemons. Howdy, Miss Riley.
Hey, David. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, anytime. I'm just hoping I can maybe hopefully one day in some kind of future or something like that, I might actually get a studio in Nashville. So
You know what? That would be way better than having to drive out to BFE where you're at.
Well, I mean,
although your place is cool, it's a drive.
Well, I mean, the first time you drove out here, it was like you was living in Kentucky then. So
yeah, no, that it was about a 3-hour drive out there.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. It was worth it though. I ain't mad at it. It was a pretty drive.
I know it was worth it because you brought me cake.
Yeah.
That was back during my cake days before the carnivore diet. Man.
You know what? I would give up cake before a steak though, any day of the week.
Yeah, I know, right? But Caitlin did say if because we was talking about it earlier, and she's like, well, she shows up and brings cake, I'll eat it.
Yeah. I'm on no diet.
There you go.
So I can eat cake.
Yep, and she's got a marathon Saturday she's running, so
yeah, that'll be fun.
Is it the St. Jude's fundraiser?
It is. I'm just doing the half.
Yeah.
Okay, I screwed up and agreed to do that before Googling what a marathon was. And I called my mom and she started busting out laughing. She's like, you haven't trained, Riley. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, a full marathon's about 26 miles and a half is 13. I'm like, oh no.
You signed up
for my boss. I'm like, I don't need the day off anymore. I signed up for the half marathon.
Yeah, it's 13.1 miles. Today I did 8.5, and yeah. I mean, I can do 13, but it sucks. Nothing about it is fun.
Well, it'll be raining, so you'll be cool.
Yeah, that might make it worse though, because my clothes are going to be all wet. My feet are going to be wet.
Make sure you grab a thing of monkey butt.
Thing of monkey butt. No chafing.
No chafing. Chafing is the worst. Anyway, since last time me and you talked, a lot of things have happened, and you're independent as they can be right now and knocking the stuff back and just having fun. So
yeah, I mean, a lot has changed. I left who I was working with management wise. I couldn't afford to work with them anymore, and I'm thankful for the opportunities that they did give me and the help they tried to give me.
Right.
But it wasn't beneficial for either of us. I mean, shit, last year my truck burned to the ground. That was cool, but that knocked me back a couple grand. And between that and travel back and forth to Nashville and other places, I couldn't sustain myself enough to even be able to put out more music.
Yeah.
Let alone pay somebody else to try to help me.
Yeah. And, that's what a lot of people don't understand, when they tell you, when you say something to somebody that they like being on stage, they like performing, they like writing the music and all that other stuff. A lot of people don't understand sometimes it takes 2 jobs and a part-time job.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I mean, I'm bartending during the week, and on the weekends, I'm at that same bar running sound. And twice a month now, I'm running a writer's round where every little extra bit of income I can get is all going towards either having a roof over my head or being able to travel and do music.
Right.
I mean, and once you factor in being on the road, there ain't much left
No.
from what you get paid off the gig. Maybe $20 if you're lucky.
And maybe 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot, but it's definitely worth it. It's cool being able to go different places and travel and meet new people and see if they like my stuff, I guess.
Oh yeah. Well, I did what I heard when you came and the things that I looked at and seen that you had done, and I was just like, you got a little something, you know?
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what all you do extra, you know? I mean, from here on out,
Well, I'm
I'll
finally getting ready to release a full album.
Sweet.
So yeah, we ironed down recording dates. End of May, we're gonna cut a full album and try to get that out there.
Sweet. I love it. Now, the only thing we got to do is, are you going to do a album release party?
I think so. If I can get enough people to come out. We did, since the last time you had me out, I've released 2 singles independently. And we did a little release party for them back in January. But I do my release parties a little bit different. I want it to be almost like a homie hang, where you got all your cool musician friends coming out and being able to show out and hang out and have fun. So I set it up kind of like a writer's round, and my brother and a few of his friends came out from California, and I had people drive down from Cincinnati that I used to bartend for up in central Kentucky, and it was awesome. Sweet. And it turned into me running the writer's round now where I'm at. So,
and that's a good one. Cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's awesome. It was cool because I started running the writers round before I even moved down to Nashville.
Right.
So Off the Record is the name of the round, and I got to kind of build a community before even moving down here.
Right.
So along with meeting other songwriters, I was getting to meet venue owners and bar owners and really getting to kind of get my footing before even having to make the leap and move down here.
Oh yeah, and
so it wasn't longer.
That's really important too, because there's some people that don't know how to network.
Yeah.
And a lot of the music industry is networking.
No, one of my friends I was talking to the other day, she runs a writer's round called Reelin' Hooks, and I was driving up to Missouri for a gig, and we were talking about just networking and being other artists, and you have to be a good hang was her advice that she gave me, where like you could be a #1 songwriter, but if you're an asshole that can't talk to people, like it's gonna be harder to get into the room with people, you know? And that's not denouncing anybody's talent, but like you got to be a people person and be able to talk to people and get out there and put yourself out there to be able to give yourself the opportunity to get into places.
Yep.
And I think having the round going before I moved down here kind of made me come out of my shell, because I was mousy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And where I would listen to what other people were telling me to do rather than say, hey, I'm going to go do this. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, fuck it, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it's been good. Definitely rocky at times, but worth it.
It always is. You know, it's no matter what you do, whether you're podcasting or an artist or a songwriter or, you know, whatever in this industry, you got to be able to have what my dad always referred to as a gift of gab. You got to be able to talk to people. And in some cases, there's times you don't want to put that smile out there, but you got to force it out there anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I've learned within the past 6 months, like, you kind of got to blow smoke up people's asses to remain professional at times. I mean,
Sometimes.
Shoot, I played a show back home, and like at times you just got to wear it. Even if you don't want to be in that room, and even if you don't want to talk to those people, you have to wear it and smile.
Yep.
And if you ain't smiling, you got to refrain from telling people to take a hike, and got to kind of act like a used car salesman.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's crazy. Welcome to the industry.
Yeah, I feel like I made a crash landing coming in, but it's getting better, so can't complain too much.
The way I look at it, though, if you make the crash landing coming in, only thing you got to do now is patch the plane up and get back up in there.
Yeah, no, like I love that quote. Like once you hit rock bottom, there ain't going any lower, so you're always going to be going up instead. So
exactly, that's all you got to do.
Got to roll with it.
Miss Julie, who booked you, said, "Hi, Miss Riley," and then she said, "Yep." He said, "Yep," and he ate all the cake, and I did every damn bit of it. Nobody else got a bite.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I was bad.
I'll bring a couple of them next time, or just do cupcakes so they're individual.
Yeah, cupcakes are better that way. Julie and Caitlin can have them.
Yeah.
I'll just look at them and pout.
You can smell them while you're eating your steak or something.
That's what I did last night when Anna made spaghetti. I actually sat there and smelt the spaghetti.
That's just sad.
Because I haven't had spaghetti in a month and a week. Yeah.
You can do some of those spaghetti squash with it instead of noodles. Get you a little California hippie in you.
I don't even know how to prepare the spaghetti squash.
It's very easy.
I don't know nothing about it.
You cut it in half and put olive oil on it and stick it in an oven with a little bit of salt and pepper. It's good to go.
Wow.
You don't have a sharp enough knife, you can poke holes in it, throw it in the microwave for a little bit, make it soft, and cut it.
Okay.
All the tricks.
So you two ladies are telling me that I need to get a girlfriend that knows how to cook stuff, huh?
Yeah, and then y'all could have a cooking podcast.
No.
I think it would be great. I always thought that like OnlyFans would be a good idea, where it was just really gorgeous women cooking and teaching people how to cook instead of OnlyFans. I think there'd be a great market for it.
That would be pretty wild.
Yeah. I think people would buy it.
Yeah, they would. And then if you have the camera go down and like show their feet every now and then.
I don't know about that. People are into weird things, and I learned to not question it anymore, but I don't want to see it.
I ain't doing the feet thing. I don't know.
Feet are gross.
I don't understand it.
I don't either.
Like, why would somebody want something that has been touching the ground? Like,
I had no clue.
People are weird, man.
Yeah.
My mom says my feet would sell because I have a birthmark right by my pinky toe.
God.
So, yeah. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I don't think they have men's feet on there for women to view, but
I'm sure they do.
I am not naming names, but I know men that have sold pictures of their feet.
Oh my God.
I am dead serious. I wish I wasn't, and I wish I did not know that information, but unfortunately, and that is what you get for going through a man's phone.
It's amazing what you'll learn in this life. I'm telling you.
Yeah, some things are better left unknown.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, changing gears, going back to your music.
All right.
What 2 songs did you release?
I released Rear View and Some Bar.
Okay.
And Rear View is very stripped back. It's acoustic. It's just me and my guitar. And I recorded it up in Paducah in Western Kentucky at Loud and Clear. Same with Some Bar, but I went in ready to just put everything I had into Some Bar. And Rear View, I wrote the night before and screwing around with. And Shelby, Loud and Clear's owner, was like, "Do you want to record that?" I'm like, "I guess. Like, if it sounds all right, cool."
Yeah.
And we ended up just doing the stripped back version of it. And Shelby did every single thing that I wanted and more on both of the songs. But with Rear View, he's like, let's mess with the mics a little bit to let this have like a cooler, like more haunting sound. And I genuinely believe to date, it is one of the best songs I've written.
Awesome.
Yeah, it turned out really cool. And it was awesome to see like the turnaround where within 24 hours, it went from just an idea to written to laid out where people can go and stream it. Like, it was awesome.
Did you do Spotify and all that stuff?
Yep, it is out everywhere. It's live, laugh, toaster, bath music. Sad bastard, Midwest emo.
Yeah.
And I had something happen when I was younger where I had never gotten around to writing a song about it. And when I wrote Rear View, I was like, damn, like, I miss this person in my life. Like, I'm going to write a song about it.
Right.
And it turned out really cool. I mean, I took influences from bands like Whiskey Myers. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard Broken Window Serenade, but if you want to cry, listen to that song.
You know, during some of my romantic breakups and all that stuff, I went through a phase of tear in my beer, the whole daggum 9 yards, you know. And I got over it. And then, like, now in my life, I'm really wanting the fun.
Yeah.
And enjoy that for a while, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Rear View wasn't even a breakup song. And I think that that's why I like it so much. And I mean, with the exception of Dancing in the Graveyard, that wasn't a breakup song either that I put out. But Rear View is about mental health. And I think that there's a stigma behind it that it can't really be talked about and it's taboo to bring up.
Yeah.
And it's gotten better. But I mean, it's about a girl that's just going down the wrong path and doesn't ever want to come back. So she keeps driving until there isn't any more path.
Yeah.
And I like the song. It's definitely sad. On a positive note, I do have some cool songs coming out on the album that are not as sad. For example, one of them is about a strip club in Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh, well, you can't be sad at a strip club.
You can't be sad at a strip club. There's way too much better. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely trying to move past the sad era, but I've only got one breakup song out, and I think I'm going to stick with just having that one out for now.
Yeah. Well, see, my big thing, because the songs that are out there that just trash the crap out of men is like, there's a phenomenal number of those.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I went through this thing and I started actually telling some people, I want that song that gives men their props, you know, the good men that are out there.
Yeah.
You know, and Chapel Hart actually come out with one. What was her name? I forgot her name.
You always forget her name.
I don't know why I forget her name.
I don't know. I don't remember. Someone's husband and stuff. I don't know.
No, it was Fix It.
Yeah.
Was it?
The name of the song was Fix It, and it was
Did you have this girl on your show? Was it Karen?
no.
Okay. What was her song that just released? Or is about to?
I don't remember. That's what I was telling somebody the other day.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
Karen Waldrop. I was right.
Karen Waldrop. Yeah, that was her.
Yeah, that's
You
her.
just said
Yeah, you
that.
just
Yeah.
okay.
She did a telephone call, phone in to the show.
Yeah.
Which I thought it would be cool, but I didn't particularly care for the phone in.
Why?
I don't know. It kind of took me back too far to the radio days,
Oh, that's fair.
you know, and
Can't go back to the dinosaur stage.
The dinosaur. Aren't they bringing back? They brought back like 2 wolves from 10,000 years ago, and
they say they did, but I don't think it's actual dire wolf. I think because they had to add DNA or something like that to it to make it come back.
yeah, I don't know. There's some weird things.
It's nuts, all the stuff.
Yeah. Science is pretty cool, but there's some things that should remain fossils.
Some things you just need to leave the heck alone.
Yeah. No, I don't want a giant murder chicken running around. We don't need no dinosaurs coming back or wolves coming back.
Yeah, if they actually did these wolves, imagine how big they're going to be.
They're huge. A dire wolf is a huge animal.
Jeez. Well, they're in trouble.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, the song that Chapel Hart done was perfect for me,
Oh, okay.
and it was a really good song.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. I'll have to check it out.
But that's what I'm wanting to hear, you know, because what's her name tore his truck all to pieces and everything else, and you know, this is what happens if you cheat and all that stuff. And I'm just like,
That's my go-to karaoke song, though. I sang karaoke for the first time ever, and I have sang that song every night since.
it would have been better if they had actually tore up an ugly truck or something. They didn't have to tear up a pretty truck.
Yeah, no, that's crossing the line.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like, and it was red too. I like that color.
Yeah, it's a good color.
What in the world? So when are you doing the writers round? Is it like what day?
So it is the 2nd and 4th Thursday of every month. It originally was just once a month. Now it's twice a month because we've been having a good turnout. Last week we did a Kentucky takeover and raised some money for Kentucky flood relief.
Yeah,
So
which I couldn't attend that because I had so much stuff going on.
hey, it is totally fine. We had that place packed out though. It was awesome. Did a
Sweet.
raffle, all bluegrass artists. It was really cool seeing everybody come together, especially people that were impacted by the flooding, still making it down.
Yeah.
It was a really cool turnout.
Yeah, I love that because, you know, that's something that I think we need to happen more is actually people coming together and taking care of each other.
Yeah, no, and I mean, this is probably going to sound really hippy dippy, and I think it might be my California roots coming out, but I feel like the first way to bring people together in the world where everybody disagrees over something is music. Like, whether you like it or not, if you don't like music, I'm going to consider you a psychopath. Like, that's just my take, but music brings people together, whether it's a jam session, even if you got 10 artists in the same room that none of them play the same genre.
Yeah.
If each one of them can play an instrument, they can all play together.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that it's been done before. Great fundraising event for people, builds community. And I think you got to start from the top and try to work your way down with people. Like,
yeah,
get the audience involved. Like, for the fundraiser, we ended up doing a lot of online stuff for people that couldn't come out. Half of my friends where I used to live in central Kentucky was completely underwater in parts of town. And so a lot of people couldn't make it down. And so we did a bunch of online stuff. We had online merchandise and just ways for people to get involved that wasn't having to physically be there.
Right.
And I think that it was cool to be able to bring the community together. And there's not enough events like that take place.
No, there isn't. And you would think, though, with all of us being in the South, that we would actually come together better than some other places.
Yeah. I feel like people, including myself, are a little bit too full of themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't say that lightly, because I know that there have been situations where there were events that I could have probably made it to, but I was like, you know what? I've got too much going on, or I'm too tired, or I'm too this, or I'm too that. And yeah, like, in some situations, I couldn't have made it if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's putting yourself on the back burner just to support the greater good. And that's advice I can take too,
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like back when I was growing up, even though I was born and raised in Nashville, Dad had friends that had farms. And as soon as I got old enough, he was dragging my butt out to farms. And I was doing farm work and everything else. But back then, the one thing I really admired was, say a farmer got ill or something happened, you'd have 2 or 3 farms that were right there around him come over and do his work for him.
Yeah.
And help out and do the things that needed to be done.
No, and that's a lot like my hometown in California is, where, if somebody's struggling, the community comes together and tries to help.
Right.
I know California is not the same as out here. Like, there's way more community stuff out here than I've ever seen there.
Right.
But I'm going home and playing a run of shows in June, and I saw a Facebook post. They're doing a fundraiser for the senior center, and I used to go and play music at the senior center, and they were looking for live music, and there's like no music in my hometown anymore. Everybody's either retired from it or just doesn't really play anymore. And I messaged the lady running it asking if I could play. And I used to go with my great grandma to seniors because I got in for $7.
Yeah.
And my guitar teacher ran the senior center and coached football and all the freaking sports, and just was a great guy. And the lady messaged me. She's like, yeah, I remember all when you and your grandma June would come to the senior center together. Like, it's so great to have you back, like doing a hometown thing.
Yeah.
That is probably going to be my favorite show that I play all year.
Well, yeah, and to be welcomed like that, in your old hometown is a big thing for a lot of artists.
Yeah, I ain't going to lie. The plate of barbecue that I'm getting out of this deal is pretty sweet. I'm so excited for it. But no, it's cool to go back home and be able to do something for an organization that I care about.
Right.
I'm playing a few paid gigs while I'm out there, but this one's going to be the most fun and most meaningful.
Sweet.
Yeah, no, it should be cool.
Get somebody to video it.
Oh yeah, I got my whole family there. They all still live in California.
Hey, there you go. I love it. Yeah. We might hit Facebook and see Riley playing a show up there in California.
Yep, I've got 4 lined up so far, waiting to hear back from a couple venues, but
yeah,
it'll be a pretty cool run.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah,
I think that's one thing that you will probably love doing the whole touring thing and everything.
Oh, it's like I love being on the road.
Yeah,
that is my favorite thing. I love going to new places, meeting people. Like I said earlier, I just got back from Missouri, and that was awesome. I connected with a guy on Instagram, and he ended up playing my songwriters round. So we did a venue swap, and he's from like the Kansas City area. And he's like, yeah, you should come and play up at these venues. I sent him mine, and I drove up there. He ended up running sound for me while I was up there, playing lead guitar. It was just incredible. So like building community everywhere is what's most important to me. Like even if a place is only paying me $200 and that covers the gas in my hotel room, like I'm gonna go either way. Like I'll make it work. And I mean, hopefully I make enough money to at least buy a car and a house. That's all I want is a roof over my head and a reliable vehicle.
Yeah.
But right now, like I wouldn't trade anything for being able to go on the road and just meet people.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I loved it which I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am going to say it. I loved it when I was driving truck, going to California and back.
Yeah.
You know, the people I met on the CB radio, just talking and cutting up and going across and coming back. I mean, it was a lot of fun for me back in the day.
Yeah, no, I mean.
But that's when we had really fast trucks and we didn't give a crap about no electronic logs.
Okay, this is a really important question. When people would do like the signal to honk your horn, would you do it?
Every damn time.
Okay, thank you. Hill that I will die on. We need to bring that back.
Yeah, because
this generation, like the younger ones, don't know what that is.
Well, it's amazing because when I was driving local, I would actually get some kids every now and then that would actually do that. So it was pretty cool. But I had a 379 Pete, long nose, you know, and stretched out. It was gorgeous truck, solid black. And I had a set of train horns put on there. So the kids would do that, and they're right next to me, and the train horns are right there.
Yeah.
And I just reach down and I'd open that valve up a little bit and get them train horns, just a good long, you know.
Yeah.
The kids would freak out and they're laughing and cutting up. And of course, dad or mom that was in the front seat were just like shocked, and car swerve just a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. I loved it. You know, that was one of the biggest things about driving a truck that I loved back in the day. And the biggest majority of them was little kids. A lot of it was spring break Florida girls.
Yeah.
Because they'd want you to do that. And of course, you got a reward after you honk the horn, but you know, it was cool.
I was going to say, I bet that was a fun audience to do that for.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, I had a lot of fun and a lot of things that I did in my life.
I mean, that's what matters. If you ain't having fun, you ain't doing the right thing.
That's true. And if nothing else, no matter what you're doing, try to make it fun.
Oh, yeah. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. And if not,
back to the drawing board, start over.
Yeah, well, I started to say what I usually say, but I can't say that on here. So,
can I say it? Am I allowed to cuss on here, or is this like a kid-friendly show?
I try to keep it PG-13.
Okay, all right. Well,
because we've increased in viewers and everything else, so I'm trying to.
Well, heck yeah! Congratulations, that's awesome.
We're keeping it small and cute.
Keeping it plain.
But sometimes you just got to say, screw it. Yeah, that works. I can do that one.
Just a heads up, my cover on some bar is not PG-13.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's
See, now I'm going to have to go check those out.
yeah.
I didn't know you released them.
Yeah, no, they've been released for a couple months now, and it was cool on some bar. Like, speaking of community, I went up to Central Kentucky a few months back, and me and my best friend who used to bartend at the same place and two of the other bartenders ended up at the competition bar in the middle of town, and we were all four of us were there, and the bartender was like, hey, this would be a good picture. And it was the four of us doing that girl gossip thing where we're all staring down at my friend's phone because she got a message from somebody she didn't need a message from.
Yeah.
And so he took a picture at the top, over the top of us, and we're all flipping the camera the bird.
Yeah.
With our shots lined up in front of us. And so, like, I'd written the song about a week before, and I was like, I got to use that. Like, this looks like girls gossiping about an ex.
Yeah.
It kind of just flowed together perfect.
I tell you what, after all these years and everything I've been through, exes are the worst.
Yes, they are.
That's what's weird. My ex-wives, actually, I've walked away from a lot of stuff. I just, here, take it. I'm done.
See, I'm having to live by that an ex is just an example of what not to do in the future.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, it's, I see that all the time where people are like, yeah, I've seen this red flag and I've seen that red flag. And I'm like, hell, back in the day, I thought they were boundary signs.
Yeah. I always tell people I'm colorblind.
It works.
Yeah.
It gets crazy. Oh, Lord. Well, I'm glad you got the writers round thing. I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, no, it's been great. And I mean, like I said, having people that I already knew, they made moving down here so much easier. I learned how to drive a U-Haul. That was cool. I figured it was kind of like back in a trailer. So my dad, he's like, do you need any help moving? Because he still lives out in California. And I'm like, no, I got this. And I had that sucker loaded down and returned in my bed up 4 flights of stairs by myself. And I felt like a strong, independent woman for a day.
There you go.
Again. But all my people that I've met here in Nashville were like ready to go and ready to help. And it was awesome.
Yeah. Well, see, when I built this house, I was living in Murfreesboro.
Okay.
And that's about 45 minutes away from Portland.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I was a little bit stubborn with it because I've moved so much in my life. Just tired of doing it.
Yeah.
So I hired movers. And where I was living at, you know, she showed them where my stuff was and they loaded all my stuff up and put it on their truck. And I was here at the house waiting on them. And the movers were laughing when they got here because it was 2 guys. And the only thing they moved was my clothes, my TV, my bedroom suit, and 12 totes.
I'm sorry, I'd laugh too. No offense.
Well, they were like, why didn't you just get a pickup truck? And I'm like, because I wasn't touching nothing.
You know what? I get that, though. This move knocked me on my butt for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I did not want to do anything except chill. Once I got everything set up in my apartment, like, I'm making it boho thrift shop casual, I guess. But, I mean, once I got everything set up and got my pictures hung up, I was done for a couple weeks.
Exactly.
I didn't want to go out. I did not want to write for a minute. Like, I just wanted to chill and I'm finally getting back out of that funk because it takes a lot out of you moving.
Oh yeah, it does.
I mean, I was living down in Western Kentucky for 3 years where I'd made that place kind of home almost, you know?
And accumulated stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, like I told my dad while I was in the middle of like packing, I'm like, dude, I'm getting rid of so much shit because I am not going through this again.
That's what I did because I started out with 16 totes of stuff that I'd been collecting and keeping. And I went through all of it. I threw away 3 totes. And then the other one, I was just like condensing into the 12.
Yeah.
And I was just firm on I was only going to move 12 totes.
Yeah.
And the bad part about it is I moved in this house 4 years ago, and I think possibly maybe I've got maybe 1 or 2 totes in there that are still packed.
Yeah, no, I've got 2 totes sitting in my closet right now that I'm not going to unpack. I mean, they're just knickknacks, but there's no reason to have to repack them down the road.
No, there's no reason. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you find out about being a minimalist can really be.
You know what, though? I got to flex this because I was super excited about it. I went and bought a dartboard, like one of the old school cork dartboards.
Yeah.
For $18 on Facebook Marketplace to hang my earrings in. So it's not for darts. It's to make my little earring shelf out of.
Sweet. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, no, it works great. I love it. Like, got my turquoise hanging off of it. It's cool.
Awesome. Because I probably hung a bunch of stuff off the dartboard, but it's never earrings. Caitlin shaking her head at me.
I don't even want to know.
Mostly it was X's, so you could throw darts at them.
Nice.
You know what? That'd be a good album cover.
Yeah, it would, actually. I don't think anybody's done that.
I think someone has, and I'm trying to remember who. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's like an actual person, but I think someone's like throwing, I don't know. I'll look it up.
Darts at a dartboard.
Un momento.
We might have a taker already, so.
Man.
There's no telling.
Yeah, it's hard to find an original idea nowadays.
Yeah, I know. I have them occasionally. Not much, but I do have them. Oh, we forgot to tell everybody where you're doing your Rogers round at. It's at the Palace Theater?
No, mine's at the Green Light.
Great. Well, woo?
The Green Light over in the Gulch. And cheapest beer in town. Free parking. And I'm going to call that a win.
I would too.
Yeah,
especially if it's got great parking, because downtown parking is atrocious.
Yeah, no, like it's not a far walk. Even if you park a little ways away, it's not even a quarter mile.
Right.
Where
is there a green room over there?
No, the Green Light's over in the Gulch. Like,
there's another one called the Green Room, I believe.
Yeah, I haven't been over there yet, but Green Light's over about a quarter mile or a half a mile from Tin Roof and Live Oak over on Demumbrian.
Yeah. I need to come over there.
Yeah, no, it's a cool location. You should come out May 15th. I stacked the hell out of the lineup.
May 15th.
May 15th or May 29th, I got somebody driving all the way from Oklahoma to come play.
Sweet. Who all you got on the 15th?
I actually just looked at that today, and I can pull that up. Will McMahon, Cass Jones, TJ Goach, Chandler James, Hannah Smith, Tommy Miles, Cowboy Calvin, Brittany Clark, Gage Myers, Dalton Moses, Evan Matthews, and Michael Pritchett. And they are all incredible. They're great people too. So, I mean, I try my lineups. If I wouldn't hang out with you outside of music,
Right.
I'm not saying that you have to be my best friend, but you got to be a good person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where I'm pretty picky about it, where I don't want people that are coming in there being an asshole to everybody and sticking their nose up. Like, you got to be a good hang.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not going to put you on there. You know,
Right.
and I mean, if you come to me and say, hey, I want to play your songwriters round, and you kind of got to have a resume a little bit. At least have a video of you playing music so I can like have a reference.
Right.
Other than that, like, just be a good person. You can get on it. Is how I look at it.
Well, my big thing, is the one thing I noticed about writers' rounds is they're in front of the public and they tell a little bit of a backstory of how that song was wrote, and talking and stuff. But I don't really see the artist picking on the other artist that's there that they know. A lot of it's just cut and dry. There's like no comedy between the artists, or anything.
I mean, I went to a round a couple weeks ago when UK lost that basketball game, and a couple of the guys had made a bet that if UK lost, that he had to wear the Tennessee orange his next writers round. Where like everything that I've seen so far, like what I think that like a lot of new people coming here don't understand, which I mean, I was new 3 weeks ago. I just moved down here, so I can't judge, but you got to be cool because you're going to run into everybody that you've played around with down the road, whether it's the same round or a completely different one, and you got to be willing to cut up with people and talk to people. And even if y'all don't write the same style, like at least have mutual respect.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like we were at the listening room one time, and Mr. Love was there, and during his song, he's Texas. He's it's like he's high strung while he's up there playing and stuff, and he was just like hollering out, woo, and all kinds of stuff, and really shaking up the room. And it changed the whole set of the room.
Yeah, no, you got to be interactive with your audience. And I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
Where there's definitely been rounds that I've played where I'm like, damn, like nobody's listening. And part of that's because you got to interact with them when you're introducing your song, like make it relatable. And I'm not saying like bend the truth or stretch the truth, but like I've got a song called Patron.
Yeah.
And it is all the illegal things that I would rather do than drink Patron. I will never drink tequila again.
Exactly.
Where like, I mean, you introduce the song in a relatable way. Like, hey y'all, is there an alcohol that makes you quiver and feel like you're going to throw up on the spot when you see it? Like that's Patron for me, like the ultimate hangover. Yeah.
To me, that would be, Jägermeister.
Yeah, that's a good one too. But I mean, just making it relatable and fun and interactive for people. Because I mean, even though we're up there singing these songs, like we're still people. We still do dumbass shit. Like,
yeah, that's what I always liked about whenever there's a writer's round and Justin Love is in it, I know he's going to go out of his way, no matter what, to shake up that crowd. And the one thing I've hated more than anything is you go to a writer's round and the people in the audience are talking almost as loud as the daggum writers are.
Yeah. I mean, and that's unfortunately, like, I feel like that's a lot of places now.
Yeah.
And that's why I like having my round where I'm at. I don't know if it's because I work there or not, but usually people are pretty respectful of the artist.
Right.
Which is great. I mean, but sometimes you got to say stuff on the microphone that's going to give a little shock factor. When they do stop talking and are like, oh, like, what's going on? Whether they're like, oh my gosh, clutching my pearls, or cracking up. Like, at least give them something. Like, I felt like crawling into a hole the other day. I screwed up and said live, laugh, toaster bath on stage. And I mean, I was talking about a song where it's a sad song. It's not upbeat at all, but I was like, yeah, like, my name's Riley and I write live, laugh, toaster bath music. And it was like, you could have heard a pin drop. I was like, oh shit, I was not supposed to say that. But it got people's attention, so I'm going to call it a win.
I would. And it's actually kind of funny, but because have you ever run into somebody and you're just like, what kind of music do you play? And you get some kind of weird comeback from them.
Oh yeah.
That's what I like. I like hearing that. How do you really categorize your music? You know, what is it? You know, and it's like, rip your heart out.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I'd combine mine with emo, cowgirl, dumpster fire, and live, laugh, toaster bath.
Yeah,
those can embody anything.
And see, I think that's funny, and it's pretty damn accurate.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, it changes like the days in the week. Like, some days I'll play a really sad one, and some days I'll just be pissed off and angry. Like, I mean, I've got one song where I love it because there's cool wordplay on it, and I can't say one of the words on there, but one of the lines is like, it's talking about, it's called Better Off Alone. And the second verse is like, it's always some run through excuses. You're scared to love, but love picking fights. Not a problem when you're lonely because you screw me every time, where it's like the double meaning on it. But that one is just rage. And if I could play electric guitar, I'd play electric guitar on that one, but I can't. Maybe I need to learn, but.
Would you turn it almost like a metal country?
Oh yeah. Like, it's alternative country. I mean, it's taken influence from bands like Treaty Oak Revival, Gannon Fremen. Definitely like the Texas grunge, Dexter and the Rocks, like, where unfortunately I haven't seen a lot of women do that. I've heard a lot of men that, like, I love their music.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen a chick do it yet. So maybe that's my market, you know? I mean, I'm not PG enough to sing commercial country, and I'm okay with
that. You're not a tear in my beer kind of woman.
I am not.
You know, it's amazing. I was talking with a buddy of mine the other day, and some of the things that people used to sing about. You know, Barbara Mandrell, you know, sleeping single in a double bed. And then you got the other songs, you know, whose bed has your boots been under and all that other stuff. And I'm just like, y'all were pushing the envelope just far enough to where you can snatch it back.
Yeah. Yeah, no. And I mean, I've got a couple of songs like that, but if you know any good male singers that want to cut some dirty music, I've written a couple songs like that.
Oh, Lord.
No,
I'll have to bear that in mind.
Well, I mean, I try to write from every single point of view possible, whether
Right.
it's third person, rear view's third person. It's watching somebody that you care about from the outside basically self-destruct.
Right.
Um, first person that flipping the bird doing X.
Yeah.
And I've got this song. It's called "She Took the Dogs," and one of my really good friends was going through a hard time, and I wrote it when I was back out in California visiting family, and I sent it to her, and asked her for permission to post it. I'm like, hey, like this is pretty vulnerable, I guess, for you, because it was very detailed, but it fit the situation.
Right.
And she goes, you need to post that right now. And it is my favorite song I've written. It's from the point of view of a guy where, like, the chorus, it's cool. It's like, she took the porch swing, my mom's wearing my heart, but the worst part of all is she took the dogs. Where it's talking about.
That'll ring true for a lot of daggum guys out there.
I know. I need a man to cut it because it's not from my point of view. Like, I mean, I think out of everything I've written other than Rear View, like, it's one of my top 5s.
I'll put my thinking cap on that.
All right. No, I think it could be cool, especially if the right person does it. Like, it's simple, but it's authentic, and that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, because actually, I do have somebody in mind, but yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. So I've got an idea.
Ideas can either be really scary or really badass.
Yeah, well, I prefer the badass standpoint, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I got fuzz on my microphone. Anyway, hon, please tell everybody where they can find you.
Y'all can find me on all streaming platforms. Riley Lemons, like the fruit, with an S on the end, because that was something I forgot last time we were discussing this. And all social media, Riley Lemons on Facebook, Riley_Lemons Instagram, Riley Lemons Music on TikTok. And if you don't remember any of those that I just said, RileyLemonsMusic.com, and it's got links to everything.
Awesome. I love it. And I appreciate you coming back on and catching up with me a little bit.
Thank you for having me out. Sorry for the weird shifty day and not being able to make it up there.
It's I don't know what it is, but this whole week has been busy as hell. Things going up, down, up, down, up, down. I mean, it's been one of the craziest weeks I've had in a while.
We'll blame the full moon. That's what I've been doing.
Well, I can't. I'm a full moon kind of kid. I'm a Cancer, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a Capricorn, so
Yeah,
that's why I throw myself in work mode and get ready to roll.
There you go. That's the best thing to do.
Well, thank you for having me out again. It's been fun.
Yes, ma'am. And next time we're definitely doing the studio thing. So.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
We'll have fun with that. And who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll have a studio downtown. Who knows?
You know what I think? I think that you should redo a big rig and make it a mobile studio, and then you can drive around and you could do like On the Road with David Bradley show.
Well, I thought about that, and I thought about doing a tour bus. I thought about doing, the smaller buses like they have.
Yeah.
I thought about doing different things like that, but I don't know. We'll just see how things play out.
All right. I mean,
the only thing we can do nowadays.
Hell yeah.
Put it out there and see what sticks, by God. All right, hon. Thank you so much for being on, and we'll holler at you later, and we'll tell everybody thank y'all for watching, and stick around. I'll be right back with you. All right, everybody. Y'all, please be sure and check out Riley Lemons. Like she said, she's got an album that she's working on. She's going to get everything together and hopefully get it out So y'all stay tuned for that. I'm going to put the website and everything there so y'all can click on it, keep track of Riley and all the incredible stuff that she's doing. She's, I guess what some people would say is she's hit the dirt road a couple of daggone times, but now she's heading towards the pavement, and I can't wait to see what the girl does in the future. So remember, please like, share, follow, and subscribe. It helps us all. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're out of here. Love you. Mean it. Toodaloo.